Hello, thank you for tuning in to this week's section of reads. This should be on the YouTube channel James 13 Wicca, in case you're seeing it somewhere else. The dice and decks I'm using are going to be listed below. Other than that, if you'd like a reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below, same email. Thanks again for watching. Have a great day. Hello, Scorpio. Thank you very much for tuning in to this week's read. These readings are valid for whenever you come to them. That being said, what do we have for Scorpio? The Sun card. I'm loving that we're getting a lot of the Sun card today. It keeps showing up, but we like it. To me, that's the best positive card in the deck. To me. Nobody has to agree with me on that, but I feel like it is. This is really nice. Okay, let's see what else is going on here. Like, this is one of those. Okay, I'm not usually a Sunshine Rainbows reader, but let me tell you, this one looks like it's gonna go to the point where it's so good that you're like, even you were shocked at how good it got. Kind of like, I didn't think it was gonna get that good. One of those things. There's a behind the scenes energy. I kept looking at this, and it's almost like, you know, when somebody makes one of those really rich soups with the aroma that, like, they have it in the crock pot and it's just permeating like almost the whole house, but it tastes so good it just makes you hungry and you just can't wait to eat it. This is going on in the background. So something or somebody has been working to your advantage for a while. Somebody literally is looking out for you. And I know that Scorpio is very self-actuating. You get what you want. You make what you want happen. But there's a very, very supportive energy around you that wants you to have more and wants you to have really a blessed moment here, whatever this is, and hopefully a moment that you can hold on to for years. I'm going to push my luck. The information is about to show up. It hasn't shown up yet. Fell out of the deck like this. It's just telling me when the information shows up, pops out of nowhere. I don't think that's going to be an issue for you, but I do want to give a heads up that there's been choices that have already been made that brought whatever's in front of you where it is. These choices that brought whatever it is in front of you or that is about to bring itself in front of you, these are not your responsibility, not your fault, not your anything. Whatever happened to get things here, nobody's a bad guy, because they keep getting... that's an interesting thing to see. Okay, sometimes people feel guilty about having good things, or they feel like, I didn't want to take that from somebody else who deserved it more than I do, or something like that. This in front of you, you're meant to have it. You're going to share this in some way with other people. You're going to magnify, multiply. This is meant for you because it's going to become more. Whatever this is not bad. There's nothing negative to attach to it. Like, I keep getting this weird analogy, like, somebody recently said this to me and I thought it was interesting. Everybody has their own perception, but it's kind of like, I don't want a job if somebody else who deserved it more could have had it. Or what was the way that was said? If a person who didn't deserve to lose the job lost it and then I just end up getting it, I don't want it to happen that way either. And I kept thinking, like, the universe knows what it's doing. The universe knows how to bring things together. It's not going to punish one person just because you want something and it likes you better. That's not really what happens. It's my own perception. But, because I kept seeing it from an outside view, like, if it seems like a good person lost a job that they enjoyed, it might be because their life is transitioning into something else, and this is something that's going to serve them in a different way. You don't know what's going on in their life. Humans don't understand what's really going on in the bigger picture. None of us do. I don't care what one it is. I don't care how psychic you are. You're not going to see the big picture. We do not have the brain capacity. So whatever the universe is doing, you just do it, that positive energy. Not that everything is going to be positive, but it's kind of like, if the universe brings you something good, you say thank you, you keep going. I don't know why we had to go through that whole lecture and stuff, but, like, you know, just make good on it, and that's all you got to do. Whatever you're presented with, whatever's presented to you, just make good on it, share the wealth, bring other people good things. You're fine. Don't worry about it. Things will balance out. things will balance out, because I keep getting like, should I have this? Is this right that I have this? There's something about this, like, should I have this? Is it right that I have this? And I feel like it slows you down a little bit. Kind of like, I don't know if it's right for me to enjoy this. I don't know if it's right for me to have this. I keep getting whatever it is, and we haven't gotten to the good cards yet. You're meant to have it. You're going to multiply it. You're going to bring more positive energy, not only to yourself, but the people around you. There's a purpose for this. It looks, if you just look at it on paper, it may not make sense. Give it time, let it grow. You're going to make something good, great. Okay. You got to do what you think is right. I respect that. Readings are for entertainment purposes only. Take it with a mountain's worth of salt, you know, all that good stuff. But this is another piece you're lending to the puzzle. It may not be apparent on the outside, but this situation, it does need a lot of healing that I don't think you have any problems being a part of. This might be healing that you've done multiple times over. It's old hat to you, but you're going to teach it to other people. You're going to bring other people forward. This is a really good one. We're going to use the job analogy again. Okay, it was a good person. Maybe a good person, you don't feel like that was fair that they got fired or they lost the job, however they lost the job. You kind of feel like this is ill-gotten gains. It's not, but it may feel like it to you from the outside. It may look like it. Meanwhile, this also may be one of those companies that does not have the best human resources department. We're just going to say, for argument's sake. And you get into this situation, and the quality of how people are treated, how things are handled, you're going to bring up the quality that people on the outside don't realize that the quality was down here. It's kind of like, it needs to be like, you know, how do we put it? Like from 1 to 10, the quality was like at a 3. It is kind of like, well, it needs to be closer to 10. You're going to bring it up to a 7. On the outside, it doesn't seem like that was a problem. But by you adding in, you're going to help get that up there, up there, up there, up there. And the quality of how people are treated is going to keep going up, because you won't stand for less. You've been through this. It's old hat. It may be even to the point where you don't even realize that you're setting the standard, because it's just not something that's negotiable for you. You treat people with respect, and that's just how it is. And if somebody plays games with you, you're like, oh, you got the wrong one. Other people go, you know what, Scorpio's right, and I'm going to hold that same standard. You're naturally going to bring it up. And again, I keep getting to you, it's probably like old hat, whatever it is. I'm using a job as a analogy, but however it fits for you. It could be a romance, it's possible. We do have the Ace of Cups coming in here. I don't really know that there's any other romance cards coming in, but this is a general read. It's how it affects you, how it applies to your life. Take it with whatever way it resonates for you. Because I got the Ace of Cups coming in with the Sun card. It's a beautiful thing. I just feel like I feel a little bit guilty about having it for whatever reason. That's not the point. You're not meant to feel guilty. That's not part of the plan here. If you need to feel that way, that's your business, but they're saying you're not adding any value. If you need to do that, then that's your business, but that's not adding any value. You don't have to do that. You don't have to do that if you don't want to. It shows up fast. It's been in the works. It's meant for you. It's a beautiful thing. These two cards together, like the Ace of Cups, like that's love overflowing. The Sun card, I've said this a lot today, is, in my opinion, the best card in a tarot deck, especially right side up. All of this is coming through very beautifully, and I feel like maybe that's partly what makes you uncomfortable, kind of like, this is just a little bit too good. This just looks a little bit too correct. You're bringing in a lot of positive energy. You're having an effect, again, to you, again, it might not seem that bad because it's old hat. You have certain standards, you're not negotiating on them. And you don't even realize that people aren't used to that. You don't even realize that other people are picking themselves up by their bootstraps and trying to meet the grade that you already attained. And you won't settle for less than. It's not that hard for you. This part is not that hard. I feel like you are an example to others about like having a standard and not settling for less. You are showing that this standard is not negotiable, and you are giving that impression like, that's my standard and that should be your standard too. But you're not like saying that. You just seem to give off that energy. Like, why would you let somebody walk up and say vulgar things to you? Why would that be okay? Why would we stand for that? We wouldn't. And they're like, but we thought we had to. Not in my world. I talk to this divine guidance. You're where you're supposed to be. You are literally where you're supposed to be. You're having a very, very good effect on this situation. Um, the water sign readings today, I love them. I'm saying that as a Pisces, but this one is really good. I like this. This feels good. You are, I feel like I have to say it this way. You're locking something in. You're locking it in. I don't mean you're getting violent with anybody, so I hope it doesn't come off that way. But it's like, not putting up with less, y'all. We're here. We're locked in. This is how it is. What is, okay. I'm seeing this. I feel like this is you. You're becoming this pillar of strength. The King of Pentacles, there's certain things that are not negotiable. There are certain standards, in my opinion, with Scorpio that are not negotiable. There's certain things that's a not today, tomorrow, or ever. I mean, I'm just going to use language. Certain, like, you know, kind of when you talk to grandma, there's certain words you will not be using. There's certain phrases you will not be using. And if you do, I will make you regret the day you were born. I don't know. I feel like Scorpio has these standards. There's just certain things that are not negotiable. Depends on how your life goes. That's just an example. I feel like you can find things in your life where you're just like, yeah, no, there's just certain things we just do not negotiate on. That's what you're being that pillar of strength about. That's what you're setting the standard for. It doesn't have to mean you're super rigid or you're not letting this, you're not letting... No. There's just certain standards that will not fall below this certain line. It just will not happen. Not unless you want to deal with Scorpio, and I recommend anybody who's not a Scorpio, if you're watching this reading, you do not want to mess with a Scorpio. I warn people about this all the time. They're not the ones. Do not do it. Do not do it. I'm Pisces, so I know better. But still, I'm just saying. I don't know why we're adding that in, but in case you're a cross watcher, Scorpio's not the one. Don't do it. This is a version of how this can go after this. The standard is the standard, and that's just what it is. You could leave it at that if you want to. To the point where this reading could be done. That could be that. That's it. If you want that, that's a possibility. You will notice the other version. You will notice the other version. You'll notice it. Okay. What is the other version? Whether you connect with it or not, become a part of it or not, that's free will, you know? You will notice the other version. That's the Chariot moving forward. That's movement forward. That's kind of like, yeah, we got this standard and we can do better. You will make it through. You will make it to the level you want it to be. You could change this whole situation and you could level up the whole situation. Does that take more effort? Yes. Do you have it? Yep. It's up to you. If you decide, no, you know what? No. Then no. Then it's a no. You're going to see it, though. I feel like you're going to see it. Like, this could level up a bit. Maybe a few levels up. I have a standard. The standard's being met, but I'm seeing where we could improve. And this could be actually a much better situation than it currently is. It depends on what you're dealing with. Because I keep getting, like... I am seeing a nursing home, and I don't know why. And the other reason I know it's a nursing home is because that's how it's popping in, but it's like... It's kind of like... It's very... Like... Things are the way they're supposed to be, but there's no frills. There's no life to it. And there's like... There could be more... We could bring in some more flavor. We could bring in some more happiness for the people who have to be there and the people who are paid to be there. And the people who visit there. This is like a standard we could bring up. We could bring this up a couple levels to bring in a lot more positivity, and we can make this more meaningful. Also, it's kind of like it meets the standard. It's not bad. But it could be so much better. That's, I feel like, the analogy I'm getting. It's an analogy. Take it where you need to take it. You have possibilities. Could you make it happen? I feel like definitely. But if you decide no, then you decide no. Once you start, I don't see you going halfway and going, oh, that's enough. If you start it, you'll make it where you need to make it. You will definitely shake some people up if you do that. I don't know. I don't usually think of Scorpio being too upset about shaking people up, but everybody's different. I don't think Scorpio really gets upset about that. Oh, you got upset? Well, Tuesday. You will shock people. You will shake things up, but judgment will go in your favor. The courage comes in, especially if this is a work situation. Every now and then you're going to be like, ooh, is that going to upset the boss, or is that going to upset the higher ups, or blah, 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 blah. You do what's right, and I do get I saw this before, but I think this is where we're getting this. You're protected. You're going to get it. You know what, you're going to get it to go where it needs to go. You know what you can and can't do. Test the waters. Do what you got to do. Just keep on the level, and you'll get it done the way you need to do, and you'll be fine. This is not going to hit for everybody, this one last part. But for some people it will, and you know how you are, and I'm not judging anything. There will be some people who, they deserve what they deserve. Let the universe take care of it. Everything will be fine. You got to do what you feel is right. I feel like those of you who know who you are if that's going to hit. You got to make your own decisions. I'm not judging anything. There's going to be certain people that deserve certain things, and you're not happy with them. Let's add a little bit more flavor to that. You're not happy with them, and they deserve it. You're going to be in a position to make things happen in a way that you let the universe do it. You don't have to. The universe will take care of itself. I understand. You got to do what you think is right. It's not going to hit for everybody. It's going to hit for some of you. You got to make your own decisions. I'm not judging anything. Because I feel like for those of you who see certain people and you're kind of sick of them getting away with stuff, I'm just saying the universe will have its way. The universe will have its time. I understand the feeling. I'm not judging it at all. They're just saying you do better if you just let the universe handle it itself. It may be very aggravating to do so, but because I'm getting there's more coming in. They get the Ace of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles. Things are forming here. There are going to be certain people who do things unscrupulously, but also I've seen this happen in other situations, and I didn't understand it when I was younger. I'm not really sure I'm a fan of it now, but I kind of understand it. Sometimes people let certain things go to a certain level, so that they can clean it right up completely, versus it only got this far, so since it only got this far, we're supposed to correct it. But if it goes way over here, well, that's just a fail. We can get rid of it. Sometimes people do that. I'm not saying anything's right or wrong. I'm not judging it in any sense, but I'm getting with the Ace of Pentacles and the Ace of Swords, I feel like they're giving you a heads up, kind of why do the certain people get away with stuff that's not right? Maybe I'm going to make sure they get theirs. The universe is saying let it be, because sometimes that game has been played. I've seen it been played. And I understand instead of they've made a decision, instead of correcting little pieces, they let them go so far that it's just it's a fail, and then they're out. I'm not saying anything's right or wrong. I'm just saying this is what I'm getting from this. So take it with a grain of salt. I feel like that's where they're saying just let it be, see what happens next. I don't know how long this is playing out, by the way. It could take years for it to completely play out, so you do what you feel is right. Alright, I'm going to shut this down here. Hope that helps. Thank you very much for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James4astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below. Same email. Thanks again for watching. Have a great day.